This?
A girl named Nico gave it to me.
I don't know the name, but either way, it was not hers to give.
Behold, my Baji dance.
Hey, Tina!
Are you better now?
All right, let's get started then.
So, what is this?
It's a prototype.
Why are you helping with something like that?
I don't need to explain myself to you. All right then. Let us begin the experiment. This will hurt. Watch it. Too bad.
Taking away!
Reckless. Overdrive. With science, nothing is impossible.
Welcome back to PlayStation Underground. You got Kristen, Sid, and Mike from Capcom here. We are playing Resident Evil 2 on a PS4 Pro, and we are so excited.
I am beyond excited. All weekend I have been waiting for this. I've been thinking about it. Resident Evil 2, one of my favorites on PS1. So thanks, Mike and Blake's driving right now. Thanks for coming by and showing it off.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for hosting us, guys. Super happy to have. We're showing a little bit of Claire gameplay today. Sherry Birkin on screen right now.
I was going to say, we saw a little bit at this TGS, but we're going to be seeing a little bit more of an expanded look at this entire play level. level.
Definitely. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're in the underground parking garage now. Gonna have a fun little cutscene for you guys to help set up what we're gonna be seeing today.
The graphics already are just blowing me away. I played Resident Evil 2 when I was younger, but I was way too scared to finish it. So I'm excited now that I'm a grown person who can handle horror.
Fun fact for me, Resident Evil 2, a seminal game on the original PlayStation. It's the only game, it's the only anything that got me to play hooky or attempt to play hooky, so I could go pick it up on launch day.
Amazing.
And leave school. Stay in school, kids. Don't be me.
Definitely no. This was my first Resident Evil game for myself, RE2 as well. So it does have like a special place in my heart. Seeing these characters built out the way they are now it's something else. So.
And this is a full remake. This isn't just a remaster treatment, a fresh coat of paint. This is from the ground up using the Resident Evil 7 engine.
That's right. We've done a lot of the HD remasters and things like that, but this is as you can see, full from the ground up, making the same engine as RE7, the RE engine. But we've had some games have developed on it, so you're seeing basically the best of what we've got.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely. Claire looks so good.
Can't wait to see one of those liquors. We have all the cast of characters.
That's right.
The ghoulish.
Everybody remembers back, whether you want them or not.
I was going to say, I think I'm ready to wait a little bit before we see our first one.
Child endangerment.
So just to remind us, who is this that we're seeing?
So this is the Raccoon City Police Chief, Brian Irons. A little bit of a story exposition without spoiling too much. Basically, he's looking for Sherry Birkin for some reason. This is Claire obviously trying to take care of Sherry, but it looks like she's in a little bit of trouble at the moment. So,
What's your name? What's your fucking name?
She's not gonna take that.
These people should all be working together to survive this terrible, horrific
We
scenario.
all would hope we would be that way
Yeah.
during the zombie apocalypse. During outbreaks. I have a feeling he's not taking you to your mom, Sherry.
Boo.
Please!
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Stop!
This guy seems a little unqualified for his lofty position, right?
yeah, I'd say so.
Doesn't matter. We'll fix that.
She'll probably need that later.
I'll get you, you fucker!
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a good example of a lot of the things that we've done to the game. It's like this scene back in the day in the original is very short. It's just, a bunch of very low poly characters meeting, saying two words, and then poof, they're gone.
Yeah,
And
you're really
so-
able to expand on the narrative. The advanced graphics really let the story open up a lot more.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun with the cutscenes. People have been steeping in this in our Osaka office, waiting to. This is like a lot of people's dream game to make. So they're like, I know exactly what I want to do.
The
with this
full
scene.
vision is
Yeah.
realized finally. Yeah, that's terrific.
So Sherry's been taken. We are now looking to basically find that key card. We're going to try to head to Brian Irons' office.
Now I saw a reference to sub-weapons. So is that in, is it similar to what we saw in the Resident Evil 1 remake?
So it's going to be more similar to what you've seen in RE7.
Okay.
If you hit the, you can check the quick selects on D-pad. There's the inventory selection that's mostly like RE7, but you will find, like the original game, upgrades. You'll get gun stocks and additional
Awesome.
slides and things like that to add accessories
man.
to your weapons.
That was like one of the first games that I ever played where you could get like the triple burst upgrade for the pistol with Leon and all of that great stuff. I love that stuff.
Got it.
So that's the elevator eventually we need to get up.
Interesting.
There's going to be a zombie around here, I can tell already.
But also naturally like Resident Evil. You don't have the keys, you don't have the stuff, you've got to go find that stuff,
You gotta
solve
look.
puzzles.
You got to plunge into the darkness.
I'm already so nervous.
I know. I'm super nervous right now.
Because I'm sure it's not, the setups probably aren't exactly the same as they were in the original. Just so
Right.
that people aren't just like, oh, I know it's going to be around this corner. It's a whole new game.
Yeah, we want everybody to, especially if you've played it before, like, you're going to feel super nostalgic, but the puzzles aren't going to be exactly the same because it's no fun if you've played it a million times already and you just blast right through it. So there is that might be a familiar face.
Oh, God. Thank God she has a flashlight.
It's so atmospheric. I love it.
I know. I'm like holding my breath a little. Oh, no.
Oh,
So you might remember these guys. Obviously with the power of the RE engine looking a lot nastier.
Yeah. They still move really gross.
And as you can see, this isn't a bug or anything here. They're actually completely blind.
Yeah.
So you can see him kind of like snooting around. He can hear, he can feel or heat.
There's the one on the roof. No.
Oh, that's creepy.
That's what scared me so much in the first one when it was on the roof and just looking down at you.
Yep.
No
Got
thanks.
that big tongue like drooling on you.
No thanks.
That's a cool detail. That's new from the last game.
Mm-hmm.
That they can't see like that.
Yeah, in the original PlayStation 1, if you encountered them, that was it. Like, there's
Yeah.
no getting around it.
Well, hopefully they can't use doors.
Yeah. Can only hope.
Wandering. Ooh. Got a couple dead friends.
I wouldn't be turning my back on that body right there.
What makes you say that?
A lot of the time, like, I mean, in most games, you'd put a round off on him just to make sure he's down. But Resident
here.
Evil, you don't get too much ammo, so you got
Yeah.
to be careful with how many times you do that.
Ugh.
Man.
Giant roaches.
Yeah, those are some pretty big roaches.
Gotta
even
love
for-
just hanging around a morgue.
They're just water bugs. It's they're not roaches.
That's what happens when the T-virus gets into all the systems, the zombie roaches.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was gonna say put the gun up quick.
I'm also a little curious why there's a morgue next to a parking garage, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah, you know, Raccoon
Also,
City. All bets are off.
Who put a flash grenade in the morgue?
If we're gonna go down that path, Mike, we're gonna have a very different recording here.
At the end of the day, we're treating this as a new game, and we know a lot of fans like that over-the-shoulder perspective.
This
so-
brings it in line with RE4.
Yes.
Oh man, all of our creepy crawlies.
Oh boy.
He's like, wait,
Oh.
I just want to talk.
This gore tech is nuts.
Oh
Look
my
at
gosh.
Yeah. You can even see, like, if you hit them in the knee, like, they'll start shambling in different ways
Oh,
based on where you
wow.
shot them.
I want to
Like-
meet the individual responsible for these zombie
Yeah.
shamble animations. I mean,
It's very reactive.
yeah.
Even if you, like, every individual, like, knife slice will carve something into them that will never leave there, so.
Oh,
That was a mistake.
No, 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 no.
Careful.
Uh-oh.
This is
He's
not
got
good.
a buddy. He's got a buddy.
This is not good at all.
Oh. Claire, get out of there.
Oh.
Ponytail was a bad
Grenade
choice.
launcher. They move quick.
Oh. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
They haven't learned to open doors yet, thankfully. So.
Oh.
He's like, I heard what you did over there.
Okay.
Nice. Ooh.
Get him with that acid round. Grenade launchers, you only get maybe a couple shots in this game, but they are kind of an emergency weapon for obviously when you run into guys like that.
Got any herbs?
She's hurting, yeah.
There we go.
Much
A soothing sound. Oh.
Just gonna take a relaxing moment.
That's right. Dangerously low on ammo, I want to point out here.
Yeah. We are risking it all today, guys.
That's right. Only on PlayStation Underground.
Well, hopefully if we're in the gun range now, there might be some
Yeah.
ammo.
Yeah.
Please help me. Yeah.
True to Resident Evil 4, I'm sure there's like two rounds in the box or something. What was
So yeah,
that?
still, I think it was since it's the first time for this demo specifically, it's telling you to, hey, check out this thing. Maybe there's something inside.
I love these. I love manipulating stuff in 3D. I hope there's not a bug in there.
So not quite as useful as you thought it might be, but you might need it later.
I got a trick to unbend bent keys. I'll tell you afterwards.
That's gonna be
Only
the
here on
take and get
PlayStation
out of here.
Underground. Well, what do we got over here?
Some red herbs.
Yeah.
So that's the another part of RE you might not have. I mean, I think most of you who've played this series are probably used to it, but item management, inventory management, definitely can't drop stuff. So you got to choose what you really want.
Oh no.
So you see some film rolls. You might be able to discover some photos that help you give you some clues. Some red herbs. Those help sort of power up your herbs. But he doesn't have any room for them. So
Oh my god.
These
this
graphics,
This
I
gore is
know.
something else.
you can even shoot limbs off as she lost her arm there.
Ooh.
Oh, red.
Was that a flash grenade?
I think it was, yeah.
That we found in the morgue came in handy.
So that's a lot. That was one thing I think we took from the first remake that we did of the first game. Sort of emergency items.
Yeah.
Like you can get a grenade. You can use your knife. There's sort of a get off me just
Oh
in
my
case you
gosh,
need
she's
that.
still.
She's resilient. Raccoon City Police don't mess around.
Yeah.
That's right. Tough. Only the finest.
They've been through a lot, okay? Where'd she go?
This is awesome. I'm gonna like just marathon this when this comes out. When is this? January 20.
January
25th?
25th.
25th. call off work that week.
We'll know that you're playing hooky, Sid.
We've heard the stories about you.
We have it on tape.
Sorry, I've got bronchitis and stomach bug and everything else.
Right, row.
I think we're safe in here.
It's almost too quiet. Oh, back at that
Scared to
elevator.
breathe.
I know.
Yeah. So the very choice use of sound design and music and things like that. Sometimes it's just pouring in, but sometimes you just don't need it.
Yeah.
Just left to your thoughts, and that's sometimes scariest thing ever.
Absolutely. Sometimes the silence is much more unnerving. I like the leftover plate.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go. Maybe some upgrades to your weapons there.
Excellent.
Glad someone got their last meal before
Yeah.
everything
Cheese
went out.
ravioli before they were eaten by a zombie.
I'm always fascinated by food that's rendered in games. I always stare at it. It didn't do me much good in Resident Evil 7, unfortunately.
All right, so we got our elevator working now. Heading up to find that key card.
Controls going to be familiar to Resident Evil 4 fans.
Yep, very familiar. Over the shoulder shooter style, kind of mixed with some of the things that we had. Inventory system from RE7, to sort of pick and choose some of the best elements that we had throughout
I
the
was gonna
series.
say the gameplay is really smooth.
Yep. Yes, it's very polished already.
There you go. Mix those herbs.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Outside of Resident Evil, I've never seen a blue plant or I guess poinsettias were almost at that time of year, right?
It's got to be some chemically altered one. So this is actually Brian's Iron's office.
Was this in the original game?
It was to some degree, but it again wasn't quite as blown out. So
Yeah, it seems vaguely familiar to me.
if you're familiar with the story, he's definitely a fan of taxidermy, as you can see all the
You
stuff
don't
I
here.
remember
say.
that. Yeah.
So there's your famous typewriter, Sid.
All
You're able
right.
to save your game on those things. And of
So
course, these
good.
notes scattered without. This is actually really cool. So, some somewhat symbolic references.
I
in his
still
journal
smell the
about-
wild beast.
Ugh. Yeah, I remember this stuff. This is way more elaborate, but I remember these references in the original.
I love stuff like this. Like every horror game, any open world game where I can just like pour through all of the little details.
This is a nice touch too. I
Read
like
every
zooming in
book.
on the doorknob like that. If that wolf comes to life, I'm gonna lose it.
I know. I'm kind of waiting for something.
This is disturbing.
Just instead of a tiger, it's a licker. Just like waiting. He's already taxidermied one. Man, this is a lot of fine china.
Yeah. Oh, gunpowder. So we have the ammo crafting in this.
That's right. So that's another thing from RE7 where you can, if you need certain things, you need weapons, you need ammo, you can craft to get what you need.
Famously introduced in Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
That was also a great game.
So there's our.
Cyberpunk is a mature, visceral experience, and as such, it will let you explore a variety of different interactions with the game world. And as you just saw, its people.
Hello, Night City. Your man Stan here with a cheat sheet on all last night's bids. But first, remember the man, the myth, Johnny Silverhand. Been a year since he went on his last ride. All you gunks sitting in the afterlife nursing that scotch, waiting for something better. You know what I mean.
The job was a success, and V obviously has some money to burn.
Hey, sup, V? Look, I need to talk to you. Got news as big as my balls.
And I got a hot date with my Ripper Doc.
Come on, Aina, make the doc wait. Pull some pants on your culo and get down here. Subway entrance, and bring your iron.
Okay, Jackie has just told us that he has some big news for us, and we have an appointment with our Ripper Doc today. Before we leave, let's take a good look around our apartment. Good morning, Night City. The song on the radio is by rocker boy Johnny Silverhand. It's part of our creative process to draw inspiration from the pen and paper system, created by Mike Pondsmith. and to put our own 2077 spin on it. Let's go grab our gear. Okay, we'll take V's trusty pistol, and also grab our jacket. Since Cyberpunk 2077 is an RPG, the jacket not only provides us with protective stats like armor, but it also increases our street cred. Street cred is a form of experience the player acquires by completing side missions. It is used to unlock new vendors and content throughout Night City. All right, let's go meet Jack. V's current apartment is located inside a mega building, a huge building complex that forms a micro-society of its own. In this timeline, technology and the world have evolved in some ways that seem familiar, but entirely surprising in others. As an example, in this world, people pay with eddies, slang for Eurodollars. We make sure to root every detail in the world's lore, so everything has its purpose and stays believable. A big part of our RPG experience is having a world that is interactive. Here, a generic ad has morphed into an advertisement specifically tailored to V, informing her of the nearest vendor she can purchase the product. In this case, it shows us where to find some Nicola soda.
For the very first stages of food production, with bar quality that even Mother Nature can envy. Try out our freshly developed tank and let your tongue be amazed. Yum.
Hey, you're all 45. It's ready.
This is Wilson, one of Night City's many gunsmiths. We won't be checking his wares today, but you can purchase and upgrade your weapons and gear throughout the city. Cyberpunk 2077 is set in Night City, a bustling metropolis located on the coast of the free state of North California. It's a dystopian city where violence and oppression are the norm. We are working hard to make Night City a fully realized, seamless open world with no loading screens. Currently, we're in Watson, a former industrial district where crime now mixes with money.
Very strong signal. You kidding me? Damn signal gonked out 3 times. 3 times, yo! It's a piece of shit. Now give me back my eddies.
Silverhand's debut album, that. Now no ever since, if you ask me.
Could be some truth to that.
We've greatly enhanced our crowd and community systems to create the most believable city in any open world game to date. The city's streets are bustling with crowds of people from all facets of life, all living their lives within a full day and night cycle. Okay, there's Jackie.
Fucking finally. Buckle up. Shit's happening.
What's up, Jack?
Dexter Deshawn. Huh? Sound familiar? Hombre wants to talk to you. One of Night City's top fixers, eh? Okay, you see that caddy? Need to walk on over there and get us a job, Heina.
Fine, I'll meet him. Talk.
I'll be in Senor Rippers. Good news to me. Good luck, V!
It turns out we've caught the attention of one of Night City's biggest players, Dexter Deshawn, a fixer, a person who gets things done. He wants to meet up and discuss a job.
Get in.
Let's see what he has for us.
Yo, Miss V, a pleasure.
Let's roll. Scanning a serious job just now. Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scare phone. You interested?
Interested, sure. Tell me more.
Well, glad to hear it. Before we can start in on this, though, I need to be sure. Sure you all right.
All right. And the nature of this test?
Slot in the show. See, got a classic tale for you. Psycho gang, just doing his thing, jumped a corp convoy, got away with gear. Now I need me that little combat bot. They call it the Flathead. Of course, I got the Eddies to buy it, but me and the Maelstrom boys ain't the best of friends. No flow to our convo, see?
Who's the woman?
Corporal agent. She's on the hunt for the dogs who sold the Gangoons info on the convoy. Got herself a prisoner. Her chief suspect, most likely. Going on 20 hours since the convoy was jumped, and she still don't have no guilty party. Gotta be desperate by now. Be wise to think how you could use that. Got any questions for me?
Clear on it all, I think. Time I got to work.
Beautiful. Here's hoping my inkling checks out.
So, see you at the afterlife soon as the job's done.
Do good, and this'll be the start of a beautiful friendship based on heaps of eddies.
It seems Dexter has given us a test of sorts to see if we're worthy. He wants us to retrieve a piece of high-tech combat gear a local gang stole from the Militech Megacorp. We'll be able to approach this job from a variety of angles. Let's try calling the Militech contact to see where that leads.
100 times what I could take.
Stout here. Hi, heard you were looking for some tech. Let's talk.
Hey, everybody shut it! Where is it? Come on, spill!
On the horn? No.
Amateur hour, Jesus. First exit off Skyline going towards the NID. Storm channel under the overpass. Meet you there.
The situation's tricky because the contract giver is a corporate agent who seems a little high-strung. Before we get down to business, it's a great idea to visit our Ripper Dock.
Yeah, you! You see this cam, huh? Yeah, got a real whack tape, change your fucking life.
Crime is a common occurrence. Night City is not a safe place. Life here is not easy.
I'm Cindy. Got some real juicy soup.
Your heart chakra looks a little out of whack, babe.
V!
I can release...
How'd it play out with Dex?
It's all here.
All right, I'll check it out while I wait for you.
V? Dr. Vector, we'll see you now.
We're at a Ripper Dock clinic. Ripper Docks are specialist vendors who offer people the possibility to install or upgrade their cyberware.
Vicky, spry as ever, you old Ripper.
Hernandez pounces on the chance, coming in with a couple of hooks.